on, but I'm out on the road again. I'm on the road again. But I'm so tired of crying.
Welcome to another episode of On the Road to Excellence. I'm Jameer Howerton, Senior Activation for National Programs, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and I'm honored to be joined by, in the car, with Gold Jacket Derrick Brooks. Derrick, we just wrapped up another U.S. Army Award for Excellence ceremony at Benedictine Military School. Just your overall thoughts before we move into a different conversation.
Well, I was, again, extremely pleased that the Pro Football Hall of Fame asked me to be a part of this program with the U.S. Army and represent that relationship in front of young people. And it gave me another opportunity to invest myself onto the young people. And today my message was about team, TEAM, together everybody achieves more, but very few people ask how. So I gave the young people my version of how with team, and it was trust, effort, accountability, and motivation. And it was a lot of the, I would say, non-students that was in the audience too. So I think the message resonated with everybody that was there. And again, I was excited to celebrate Nick Iannone for his tremendous work thus far in his young career. And we'll see if I can stay hot in terms of these finalists that I go, obviously, and present if they would end up winning the award. But again, congratulations to BMS, first military school that I've been to in this program. And I could definitely see how things are run a little bit different when it comes to a military school. But at the same time, congratulations again to Nick Iannone for being one of the finalists.
Yeah, that was a very impactful speech, and you can listen to Derrick's speech on ProFootballHof.com. Really moving, Derrick, really moving. But when you think of the schools and you think of On the Road to Excellence and the difference that these young kids are making, you yourself, along with Gold Jacket Eddie DeBarlo, have started your Brooks DeBarlo Academy. Talk about that. Like, how did that all come about? That's amazing, because it's like, we know what you've done on the field, and we know what you've done, what you're doing with the Brooks charities, but a school, like setting these kids on their path to excellence.
Well, if you listen to Mr. DeBarlo, you get the 5-minute version. Hey, Derrick asked me, and I said yes, but it wasn't that simple for me. It was honestly Dr. Philja Swagger, our first principal. She was a teacher at the time on the Derrick Brooks Charities in our after-school program where we were mentoring kids after school. And she was a part of the Africa to South Africa program where we took the kids to South Africa for 14 days. So on the way back from South Africa, she asked me what's next for our program. And I said, Dr. Swagger, honestly, I don't know. Wow. And she said, well, have you ever thought about starting a school? And I was very intimidated, to be honest with you, Jameer, about the thought of that. And I said, I never thought about it. It's a little bit intimidating. Maybe it's out of my wheelhouse, but I'll pray about it and we'll see what happens. So, a couple months went by, and I just kept coming back to that conversation of what's next and how I can continue to be a part of these kids' lives with trips, because now these kids were getting ready to go to college. And it started to come to fruition, like, man, I kind of am doing the school, just don't have a building. So I met with her a couple more times, and again, she being in the school system understood that and kind of explained it to me a lot more where it made sense. And so in that regards, I really just started taking a deep dive into charter high schools. And I did uncover that Tampa in the Hillsborough County had never had a public charter high school. So it was obviously something attractive to me, because this would be the first one. So I met with Ben Helfand, Mr. DeBarlo's son-in-law at the time, and just started discussing with him
in 2 miles,
how
Augusta Road.
How can we continue to work together, as business people. And I told him my ideas of a school. And Ben Helfand at the time was like, hey, you ought to, talk to my wife and Mr. D, because they supported charter high schools. We were in California. Wow. I said, I read something about that, but again, let me do a little bit more exploring. So I did, and fast forward, I met with Nikki and Lisa DeBarlo, and I shared my idea with them. and they were wow, let's do it. You know, we're looking to really get our family foundation going here in Tampa, and we kind of searching for areas, and this kids is education, but you're gonna have to meet with our dad. He said Mr. D and obviously Miss Candy, their mom, would have to sign off on it. So they set the meeting up, Jameer, and true to what Mr. Barlow say, I came in, I was prepared with a PowerPoint presentation, and I sat down, and before I can pull out any technology, he said, hey, so tell me what you got going on. Let's talk about it. So,
Right.
So I started to pour out my heart and my ideas, and in less than 10 minutes in the conversation, he stopped me and said, hey, we're in.
Wow.
But I kept talking. He said, hey, Derrick, shut up. I said, we're in. Let's do it.
So indirectly, you became a 49er without not even playing for the team, because y'all on the same team now.
We're on the same team now.
Wow.
And that's the beautiful part about having Mr. Barlow and his family as partners is I get a chance to get to know him just as well, if not better, than his players did when he owned the team. And I honestly can see why a lot of his players feel the way they do about him.
Right.
Just how he goes about his business, and again, the type of people they are. I'm again, can't thank them enough for being my lifelong partners, as like we like to call them, because we are teaching lifelong learners at Brooks to Barlow Collegiate High School.
The kids. Talk about your kids and the joy that you get working with them and seeing them as you're setting them on their path to excellence.
I get a chance to enjoy them because there's so many success stories. There's 600 kids, along with another, 50 or so staff that's involved in our school. And I always tell them, it's not about the 2 names on the outside of the building. It's about the 650 names inside the building. That's the spirit of this building.
Okay.
That's the spirit of the school. So it's your guys' namesake as well as ours. And that's the investment that they're putting into the school. Now, we had some very humble beginnings to grow to where we've grown into, But these kids know that it's a privilege and it's an honor for them to have a seat in the school.
Right.
You know, even though we have 600 kids, the waiting list to get into our school is over 600 kids.
Wow.
So they have to not only get fortunate, but they have to continue to earn their spot in this school every single day.
Wow.
Because someone's on the outside waiting
to get in
and miss this opportunity. So that's what I enjoy in dealing with the kids, that they understand the opportunity that's given to them.
Right.
And it calls for them to maximize their effort and to be the best educated person that they can.
Right.
By being a part of our school. Not my expectations, but their own. And thus far, they've done a wonderful job of it.
That's amazing. Derrick Brooks, Jameer Howerton here, and we're in Savannah, Georgia. So if you're hearing Surrey on our GPS, it's because I'm taking Derrick back to the airport. So Derrick, we're in Savannah, and to change gears a bit, tell me, like, what's the? I'm not saying I'm a city boy, but I'm from New York, Long Island. I don't know Savannah like that. This is my first time. Seafood is banging, by the way.
Yes.
I had it last night for dinner.
Exactly.
But what's the energy? Okay, what's the energy? What's the places to eat? The we're on the road.
We're on the road. See, this is what you get here in the southern cities, whether it's Georgia or Florida. See, you got a 6-lane highway here, and everybody's on cruise control. Right. Everyone's not going 100 miles an hour like if you in New York. 6 lanes.
I'm seeing 45 miles per hour, exactly. And I'm like backing off. I gotta
So it's more of that. Everybody just a relaxed atmosphere. Obviously, Savannah here, we've seen some nice sized houses with a lot of land. So you get a lot of grass.
Right.
A lot of land down here in the southern states. But again, yes, that's what this program, going back to the award for excellence. It allows.
Turn left onto Gulfstream Road.
It has allowed me to be a part of all genres of this country. I mean, we've been in some very remote areas. We've been in big cities. We've been in mid-sized cities such as Tampa or Savannah. But it allowed me a chance to go and feed my spirit, or kids feed their spirit on me across this country. And the opportunity to get to know them, even though it's a small bit of time, but they get a chance to see this is what a gold jacket representative looks like. And it's all 300 of us. 300 plus of us. It's not just me. So this is the image, and I say this, you know, to my Gold Jacket teammates. This what the sword, this the torch that I carry when I put that on. When they see me, I carry all those reputations with me, and I want it to be a good feeling that these people or these kids around this country, when they come into contact with a Gold Jacket teammate, that the experience that they had with Derrick Brooks gives them an opportunity to be welcome and warm and say the same thing about another Gold Jacket member. So that's what I represent, and again, I have no problem doing it and look forward to doing it every time.
Well, I'm proud to be a part of this program, and it's an inspiration, and sometimes I pinch myself because I have the best job in the world. Like today, I'm out of the office, but I'm in the office, and I'm in the car taking care of Derrick, bringing him to the airport. We had a wonderful event today, and we're going to be heading to Thomasville in 2 days, and all this rich content that we have going on, you can always tune into ProFootballHOF.com. That concludes this On the Road, and we'll see you again on the road to excellence.